Hello, my name is Thomas. Today I will talk to you about present perfect and past simple tense. Are you familiar with the present perfect tense? Can you construct a sentence in past simple tense? When do we use these tenses? Let us start with present perfect tense. So, what is a present perfect tense and how do we use it? I'll give you an example. I have lost my book. What does this mean? This means my book went missing some time back in the past, and up until today, I still don't have my book. This means that with present perfect tense, we talk about situations or actions that happened in the past and are still true today. They still have effect today. Are there things that happened to you in the past that even today are still true? They still have effect? Can you construct a sentence about something you did or something that happened to you in the past that is still effective today? How can you construct a sentence in present perfect tense? Let us look at this table. So we have the subject, I. I am the subject. Then we use a helping verb, which is have. For I, you, we, and they, we use have. For she, he, and it, we use has. So I have lost my book. Lost in this case is our verb in past participle. So you have regular verbs and irregular verbs. These ones will change differently. I will explain this shortly. So now let us look at how to construct a negative sentence in present perfect. You start with the subject, I, you, we, she, and then you use the negative, which is have plus not, or in short, haven't, or has plus not, in short, hasn't. She hasn't gone, I haven't gone, we haven't worked. How do you use it to construct a sentence? So you start with the helping verb have, then the subject I, you, we, or they. That is if you're using have. So remember, have is for I, you, we, they. We use have. She, he, it, or just the name of a person, we use has. So I have worked, he has worked. She hasn't worked. He hasn't worked. Have I worked? Have you worked? Has she worked? Let us look at a few examples. So, I dash here before. So remember, after the subject, we use a helping verb. In this case, for I, we say have. And then be is our verb, so we change it to its past participle, which is been, considering it's an irregular verb. Let's try the second one. Thomas. Thomas dash our homework already. Check. That's our verb. So Thomas is a he. So we say has. Check changes to checked because it's an irregular verb. So in past participle, so it's a regular verb. In past participle, we simply add ed. They, oh, this one has already been done. They have gone home. Then there's a question here. Sorry. Dash you visited London? Say, have you visited London? Can you identify the proper construction here? For a question, you start with the helping verb I, then later you follow it with our very own regular verb, in this case, the past participle of a regular verb, visited. So remember, for present perfect, we use it for things that happened in the past and are still true today. And how do you construct it? So you have your subject, I, you, we. We either use have, and we use have, sorry. For she, he, it, we use has. And then your verb changes to its past participle. Now, I did mention that verbs change differently if they are regular verbs or irregular verbs. What does this mean? So, this is one of those things that in English you will learn as you advance. So, for regular verb, its base form, for example, we have visit. Base form, visit. Past simple, visited. You simply add ed. Past participle, also visited. Simply add ed. So you will notice that with a regular verb, it doesn't change. The past participle and the past simple are the same. What of an irregular verb? For example, go. So you have go, and then past simple, went, past participle, gone. They are all three different forms. You have to learn these words by heart. Don't worry, the further you go in English, the more you understand which words are irregular and which ones are regular. Now, let us move on to past simple. When do we use past simple? I'll give you an example. I lost my book last week and I have found it today. This means my book was missing last week. My book went missing last week, but today it has been found. Meaning, for past simple, we describe actions that finished in the past. They happened and finished in the past. My book is no longer missing. I have found it. So, how do you construct a sentence in past simple? Here's an example. So, for a positive sentence, you simply have the subject and the verb in past simple. I worked, I, she, it, all of them, you just use the subject plus the verb in past simple. For a negative sentence, however, you use didn't. So it's a combination of did and not. So I didn't work. So the verb in this case changes. Instead of being in past participle or past simple, it's simply in its best form. So I didn't work. He didn't work. They didn't work. She didn't work. For a question, you begin with did, which is actually the past tense of to do. And so you begin with did, then your subject, then your verb in its best form. So did they work? Did he work? So remember, for past simple, the action happened in the past, finished in the past. For present perfect, the action happened in the past, but still has impact today. Let us look at these examples for past simple. I am learning English. This is happening right now. Last Thursday, I learned or learns English. Both these forms are correct. This one has already been done for us. We are waiting for him. This morning, we waited for him. The third one. Can you do the third one? She is going home alone today. Yesterday, meaning this is something she did in the past. She went home alone. So remember, for present perfect, it happened in the past. It's still true today. For past simple, it happened in the past and finished in the past. Irregular verbs and regular verbs change differently. For irregular verbs, for irregular verbs, as you can see from the table, the past participle is different from the past simple. For regular verbs, the past participle and the past simple is the same. You simply add ed. If you and your friends want to practice how to use these verbs, try to play a game. Pretend you're a doctor and ask your friends what questions a doctor would normally ask, or a detective, or whatever your imagination allows you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.